Hello.
Hello.
How's your day going?
Nice. I
Okay.
work a bit and then I play a bit.
Okay.
And what about you?
Did some things I had to do in the morning, but now my day is finally free. Good.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So did you prepare what?
Um, so it's the first time I have a coaching,
Okay, it's fine. Yeah.
but I think you know what to do.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, like I want you to send me your OPGG so I can take a look at that.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, like while I'm looking over it, I want you to like tell me your journey with League, your where did you start, your goals and so on. What teams you play?
Yeah. I first of all, I'm a bit older. I'm 42,
Okay.
and I played since I don't
Oh
remember,
wow,
maybe
season
season
3.
two,
That's crazy.
season three. Yeah.
That's where I started as well. Crazy.
Okay, but I'm more of a casual player,
Yeah.
and sometimes I quit playing, and some season I just okay I want to play, and my goal always was to reach gold elo.
Yeah.
I know it's a low elo for you, but
No, I
it's
mean gold is like pretty average player. It's like you know the game, right? It's not that bad. Okay.
at least I it's my goal and I'm having fun. But after all these years, I realized that okay, maybe I can improve a bit and trying to reach platinum.
Okay.
That's my goal because I know I'm too old for this game and I can't be higher than that.
I mean,
But maybe if I improve a bit, I can, rank up a little.
yeah, I don't think you're ever too old to play video games though. Like I can see myself playing League when I'm 50. Like why not? If the game's
Yeah,
still still around, I'm gonna play it.
yeah, of course, but it's you know what I mean. It's yeah, life is busy and things,
Ah,
and
of course, right?
I'm
You have
not
less time.
20 years anymore. So, but I still want to. Maybe if I can reach platinum, I will be happy,
hmm
just that. And so I play a lot of roles of many years. My main role is still AD carry.
Okay.
Uh, Recently, I played a lot of Jinx, most because I like the champ and
hmm
I watch your videos
Okay.
and I like it too. And I wrote some thoughts about my experience,
hmm
and I have some question, but I don't know if we do this now or later.
We could do it at the end. I think it's a bit better.
Okay,
Because I
okay,
might answer some of them while we go through one of your votes, for example, right?
sure.
Okay. So yeah, first of all, what I'm seeing, right? I see like your CS number, around 6, right? It means it's a bit low, especially for an ADC. And this just tells me that either, in the early game you struggle a bit in some hard matchups, or most likely, in the mid game we need to improve and we need to catch those mid waves more often, right? And let's see how we can do that, right? That's what we're gonna focus on.
Okay.
And that straight up is gonna make you just have more resources so you can deal more damage, right? And then we're
Yeah.
also going to talk about like some other concepts. But basically, I just want to teach you some really cool habits you can implement in every game. And those
Mhm.
are correct. No matter what happens, you just go back to your habits, do them, and you have a strong start no matter what happens.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I have very bad habits everywhere,
hmm
and I don't realize. I think them.
Yeah, that's what happens to most people. Like, you just do something and they don't realize it's wrong because they never really get punished for it either, right?
Yeah.
And also, learning to punish enemies for the mistakes they're making is also an important thing. And we're going to cover that as well, especially in laning phase.
Okay.
Okay, so did you upload the VOD to YouTube?
I have two games on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Let's
Uh,
choose whichever, it doesn't matter, it's not important. Because the habits you
yeah.
make are happening in the same game, and in every game, I mean.
Okay. Well, I don't mind. I'll send you one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, you're from Romania? That's
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Cool. So, what do we have here? Okay. So first habit, right? I'm gonna just basically give you many habits, right? And you're gonna have to like implement them slowly over time, right? Don't wanna do everything at the same time. It's gonna get overwhelming, right?
Okay.
So one simple thing to start with, right, is realizing that thinking about the game a bit more is huge because other players, loading screen, for example, they just stay on their phone on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever, right? But here, if you already think about what to do in the game, it's like you have a huge advantage over them. It's insane,
Hmm.
right? So,
Yeah.
okay, let's analyze this matchup. What do you think about the matchup, right? What's your plan for the early levels? What do you think?
Um, so I always try to reach level 2
Okay,
before my
okay,
opponent on lane,
nice.
and then I see if my support can have a good engage or something like that. I follow,
Mm-hmm.
and if I can contest, I just go back and wait under my tower for the level 2, and
Okay,
basically
that's
that's
solid.
it.
Yeah, that's pretty solid plan, right? But in this
Yeah.
lane, do you think you can get level 2 or not?
In this lane, it's hard because Senna is poking me and helping hitting minions for Aphelios. That's
Okay,
my fault.
but what if Milio has the shields and can poke back and can hit minions as well, right? Then it's a bit
Uh,
even when it comes to support side.
it should be, but in my experience, this is one of the question I wanted to ask
Mm-hmm.
maybe later. But in my elo range, I often see support um, playing too aggressive
Or too
or
passive.
AFK 10 meters
Mm-hmm.
behind me, and I
Okay,
feel like I'm alone. I can't farm because I'm 1v2, and the support sometimes just come, throw a CD, a spell, and go back.
okay.
It's quite
So,
hard.
yeah, this is something that happens a lot, right? But guess what? There's a way to prevent this from happening, right? Most games at least, right?
Mm.
And it's by pinging, right? You need to look in this matchup, look in loading screen, and just think about if you can get level 2 or not, right? But even if you don't do that, it's a good idea to play for level 2 no matter what anyway, especially in these elos, because people don't realize how strong level 2 is. And they don't
Mm.
go for level 2 all the time. So even if they had Draven Nautilus, you could still get level 2 sometimes, because it's crazy, because you just hit the minions like a maniac and just get level 2 and you win, right?
Yeah.
So what you want to do is like ping your support, ping on the wave that you want to push. Type in chat, let's play level 2, push the wave or something, right? And
Okay.
that way your support instantly understands what to do, right?
Yeah. I admit I don't do this anymore
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a bit bored of support player,
Mm-hmm.
and I just whatever. If they don't know, they don't know, and happens what happens. But this is a bad habit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just wanna be in control basically, right? That's how you win. You are in control, you make an impact, right? That's
Mhm.
what you wanna do. You wanna be aggressive whenever you can, right?
Okay.
So yeah, now let's talk about the matchup a little bit, right? When it comes to matchups, I usually just think about what scares me, right? What's the most important spell, for example?
Which side?
Senna and Aphelios. What scares you the most about them?
It's special for me, Aphelios, because I don't play a lot against Aphelios,
Yeah, for sure.
and honestly, I don't really know well this champ,
Okay.
so I'm always uh, surprised by his range. For example,
Mm-hmm.
I thought like I'm okay, and ends up I'm not okay because he has a big range, and I didn't realize it.
Yeah, I mean, what you could do is maybe play Aphelios every now and then in a normal game to get used to him. Maybe it's gonna help you, but yeah,
Yeah.
Aphelios is basically you can only care about like when he swaps his weapons. The first two weapons are not that big over there, right? The red and the green one, they're like whatever, right? And also remember that level 1, he doesn't have an ability, right? And he has no AoE. And then we look at Senna. What scares you about Senna?
I have to dodge his snare.
The root, right? Okay, cool, right? So it's like if Senna lands the root on you, you're in trouble, right? But if she misses, for example, maybe we can go trade or something, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of what we want to do, basically. That's the lane.
It's like Lux when she misses her cage. So.
You can just go, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's basically the same in every matchup. Just play around your most important spells and then enemies' most important spells. That's it. Okay. If they miss, go in. If your ally misses, you go back. That's it, right? And then if you get level 2, it doesn't matter. You just win. You know, that's it, pretty much, right? Okay, cool. So let's see how we handle this. Let's see where you stay level 1. Okay, so you stay level 1 here like every game?
I think, yeah.
So let's talk a bit about something that might happen, right? So imagine you stay here, okay? Your support is here with you, whatever. And now, enemies decide, guys, let's invade bot, right? So I'm sure you've seen this invade before. Everybody goes bot through here, right? I'm sure you've seen this before, right? Then they go here, and you start to see what the problem is.
Yeah, it's too late for me.
They're already on your face, right? You can't escape anymore. You flash, they flash, you're dead, right? So what can we do to prevent this? Well, we can just move up a little bit like this. And now it's like, no matter where they're coming from, like through here, through there, like you just see them and just back off. Because you see them at your max vision range, right? So just go up here a bit, okay?
Okay.
And you do that if you're red side there, or you can go on these 2 spots as well. This is basically where you want to stay, level 1. Blue side one of these, red side one of these, and if your support goes in one of them, go in the other one. And that's it. That is the way to do it. Right?
Okay.
Because this way you never die to invades. Never, ever, right? And if you stay here and they invade and they flash hook you with Blitzcrank, for example, you flash out. Right? Because you see him, you can flash, for sure. Because you just know he's gonna be there and you just expect the flash and you flash as well. You trade flashes, but you don't get invaded. That's a win. Because now on the other side of the map, maybe your jungler could go here, or I don't know, right? So it's a win.
Okay.
Right, so you just don't want to get collapsed or like invaded like this, because it's so bad. This happened to me so many times. I said, I need to fix it. How do I fix it? Well, just go further, right?
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
And make sure you go at the start of the game, because that's when you have the speed from base, right? If you go later, it might be too late. But if you go at the beginning, it's impossible to get invaded.
Yeah. I'm never AFK from the start.
Okay, so let's talk about. Yeah, I've noticed this. It's kind of strange to me how it's like in high elo, this split, nobody ever leashes. I leashed 3 times in total this entire split, right?
Okay.
And it's like then I see everybody like lower, they leash every single game. It's so weird. And if you don't leash your jungle pings, it's so weird. And because high elo players do it, right? There must be a reason to it, right? Well, that's because the level 2 is so important, right? So what you could do maybe, right? You could just type in chat, we don't want to leash, we play level 2, we win bot. And your jungler might understand. If they don't, okay, cool, leash anyway, right?
Okay.
But what happens is that, let's say they didn't leash, you see how big of an advantage they would have here? It's insane.
Yeah.
Right? They would just get level 2 easily above you, right? And in this lane, also, right, they don't really have any AoE. Meanwhile, you have rockets. So you can get level 2 pretty much guaranteed in this lane, right?
Okay.
But if you come late to the lane and they don't leash, it's way hard to get level 2, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So yeah, I want to see you focusing on those minions more. You're kind of backing off here, right? So let's talk about an important concept, right? So here you can kind of see basically what I call the triangle rule, right? It's like the enemy support, which is here, and then you and your support are here. You and the support are the base of the triangle, right? And then the enemy, whatever ADC or support here, is alone. He's the head of the triangle, right? So right now it's like if you hit Senna, Milo hits Senna, you're playing 2v1 because Aphelios is way too far back, right? Especially if you kite down a little bit. Right? So this is the easiest way to win lanes. You just look for this. And here instead of running, just hit Senna, Milo hit Senna. You won the trade, cool, right? Zafir is too far, right? So that's, you always want to look out for that in laning phase. Always, always, always. And in reverse, if your support is a bit back, don't go too crazy either, right?
Okay.
Basically, you want to play next to your support like this. So you never are caught alone, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, in this lane, I want to see you like push a bit more, right? I want to see you use a rocket and just throw it here in the middle. Just farm that minion, that's low HP, and hit the other ones as well, right? You want to get level 2. You really want to play for that. Right? And also I want you to ping forward. If you play level 2, you know you get it first. Just spam ping forward and your melee will walk up instantly. Right? They 100% will. Right?
But I saw Emilio 20 meters behind me, so I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, here you see how, like, I think you can understand now from Milio's perspective, right? From Milio's perspective, my jinx is not saying anything. We have less minions, enemies get level 2 first. Why would I stay forward? That's what Milio thinks right now, right? But he's not pinging. Like, here what you should do, let's say your support is aggressive and you're not in this position, you should ping your support back, right? It's like you try to go for level 2. If you can't, ping your support to go back, chill. Because here, Emilio, you know, he knows they get level 2, but he doesn't, he's like not really trying to win the game, he's autopiloting. So he doesn't ping you to back off, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why using ping is so damn important. Because then you just you know, you chill and your Milo will know to do the same thing. Or in this case, if Milo pinged you, you would have not lost this trade because you just back off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you see already like the triangle rule, pushing for level 2 more aggressive, ping your support, right? 3 habits you can instantly do pretty much.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
They're not too complicated, right? They're just gonna like play way better already. And this makes a huge impact because if you play for level 2 here, like you automatically win this lane. Guaranteed you would have won the lane instead. But now, because we don't do those, right? They're like full HP, we're half HP.
Yeah,
right?
it's really bad.
Just little simple things, right? You see, that's it, right? So this is why I say, like, doesn't matter how old you are, right? The game itself is not that complicated. It's not like a shooter game where you have to have insane reaction time and so on. No, League is slow-paced. Just if you think more, if you're older, you have an advantage because you have more experience. You're smarter than somebody that's like 16, for example, right? For sure. So it's like, the more you think, the bigger the advantage you have.
Okay.
Another thing I want to say, like, don't really ward in lane because those wards are used for the jungler most of the time, right?
Yeah,
so,
this is a good point. It's a really bad habit. I'm always scared of this enemy support, and I always try to ward bushes like that. But
yeah, so the way you think about it is like the ward helps me see where an enemy is not, basically, right? So you ward in the river to see if the jungler is there or not, right? And if it's there, you see it, you see him, you back off. But when it comes to warding a lane like this, it's like you can see the Senna entering the brush, right? It's like you don't need to ward because you know she's there. You know, it's not like you can trade with her because you're level 1, she's level 2, right? It's not like it's gonna help you, right?
Sure, it's funny because it's so stupid.
Yeah, but those are the bad habits you want to correct, right?
Yeah,
that's it, sure. Right? But the hard part is realizing it's a bad habit, right? That's the hard part, and it's okay. We can work on that, right? So instead, what you want to do, especially if, you know, from now on you're going to try to go for the level 2 strategy, right? Just get level 2, go on them, do something level 2, right? Then there's going to be like 3 casters left, and then you just ward here, somewhere, doesn't matter. Here, whatever, which side you are on, just ward, right? If you're in doubt, just ward pixel brush, okay?
Okay.
And after that, just go play the third wave, you control the lane, you got level 2 first, you can do whatever you want, right? That's why playing for level 2 is so important. You see how much control you have vision, you have push power, prio, if your jungler is bot side, you see this happen all the time. They do their camps and it's like now they wanna maybe push for an enemy jungle contest cattle, you have the power, you have the vision, right? That's why it's so important. But instead, now it's like, oof, We're so low, we can't do anything. Right? Unfortunately. And yeah, also wanna learn how to basically preserve your HP, right? It's like this minion is here, right?
Mm.
Is it worth taking the minion if you're gonna get hit by Phyllis twice? Probably not, right?
No, it's not.
Right. So in lanes where you're losing, you're doing poorly, right? You can matchup is hard, whatever. Try to preserve your HP, okay? Because if you're full HP, your mid, your jungler, they could help. Or enemies make a mistake, you can outplay. But if you're low HP, your jungler can't even gank you. Right?
Yeah, sure. I think I was baited by the fact that this minion will get me to level 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I really wanted the minion to die, but
I mean, the level 2 doesn't really help you here anyway, right?
yeah.
They're too low to do anything. Okay, so let's see how you do this. So I'm not going to talk about mechanics, how you farm under turret, whatever. Those don't matter as much. It doesn't matter. You could legit lose half the minions every single game and still win if you have good habits. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
But what I want to see you is this, right? You don't respect their abilities, right? You want to preserve the HP, right?
Yeah.
So instead of farming from here, right? How about we go here, where a Furious Q cannot hit us, right?
Yeah, true.
So priority is avoiding their stuff, right? Avoiding their spells is priority, okay?
Okay.
And here as well, right? This Senna. Why are we letting her hit us when we could instead switch to rockets, go further back and hit with the rocket here, right? And then Senna cannot hit us, right? So that's what you want to work on for sure. This one as well, right? Just don't want to lose HP because now you see how unplayable it is. Now it's like you can't do anything. But if you're still like full HP here because we didn't take that trade there, this one here and now here, this is fine still, right?
Yeah.
But now it's a bit unplayable. Right. And now if the enemy jungle started top side, they could dive you as well, which is so bad. Okay. Now I imagine you're just gonna farm a bit. What happened here? Let's see. You wanna avoid the poke, right? You wanna avoid the poke. You could take that minion with a W, better than getting hit by poke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Always just preserve HP no matter what. Okay, luckily Karthus is top. Don't have junglers to bother us. But yeah, basically in lanes you don't really wanna be in this position, right? You wanna avoid this, and you do that like level 1. And now it's like you're just gonna struggle to CS, right? I mean, this is, you know, pretty much nothing else happens. This is a bit doomed, but oh well, try to farm. It's not that important. It's important what happened before. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now let's see, right? Talia tries to gank, but you're so low, it's like, ooh, if Karthus is here, we lose. Right? See how problematic this would be. If Karthus is here, we just lose automatically. Right?
No life, no mana.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, this is 3v2 right now, but you're not really something. You're not the champion right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, imagine Karthus was behind right now. Imagine if you was here, ooh, it's over. It's over for us. And even then, look, they can just push us back, you see? But if you're full HP, we just commit and you would just win, right? But instead, we lost.
I should have pinged the jungler to not.
Yeah, just ping jungler to back off in this spot, right? But again, you don't want to be in this spot in the first place, right?
Yeah.
And it's easily avoidable. But if you ever found yourself in this spot, just ping everybody to back off. You recall as well. Try to find a good time to recall. So, for example, back here, I would say, right? You get this minion wave. Okay. Right. Then you have this minion wave. And it's like, we're kind of looking for a spot to recall. Especially because we see the junglers top. It's like after they fight or do whatever top, they're going to recall and come bot most likely, right? So it's like, how about we just recall sometime about now, right? So, okay, there's some minions here, whatever. Recall now. It's like it's a cannon wave. It's going to take longer to die under turret, so maybe you still get some minions after, right? It's the best chance you have to recall. Because the longer you stay, the worse it's going to be for you. And if you're lucky, enemies greed, they don't recall either. and you come from base with items, they don't have items, you're full HP, they're not full HP, and just turn the situation around, right?
Yeah.
So
And about the first back, I have a question because Jinx, I always try to get BF sword, and the problem is if you back with not enough gold, what do you want to buy?
just buy whatever you can afford. It's not important, right? So this is another bad habit that happens to a lot of people, right? It's basing based on the amount of gold we have. That's not good. You wanna recall when it makes sense. Let's say your teammates are doing something, but I can buy my Runan. No, we don't recall. Who cares about the Runan? You don't need to be there because allies are doing something. Or, I don't have money for BF here, but I'm gonna stay on lane 300 HP. No, it's not good, right?
Yeah.
Just recall when it makes sense. You push a wave, you get a double kill, you push a wave. Oh, but I need 100 gold for BF, so I'm gonna get a plate. No. Recall, get your pickaxe, and come back. Not important, right?
Okay.
Never great for those items.
Easy.
It's not worth it, right? Always just recall when it makes sense. Don't recall on items.
Okay.
It's the biggest problem I see. See here, we get the pickaxe, whatever, it's fine, right? No big deal. And even if you recall sooner without money for pickaxe, just buy a curl, whatever. Don't buy anything. Who cares? Just come back full HP. It's more important.
Yeah.
Right? And now you see enemies. Okay, so let's talk about another habit here. It's basically the second loading screen we get in every game. You see how you go from base towards your turret, right? We have like 30 seconds where you're not doing anything because you're just walking, right? So that 30 seconds you need to do something. It's very important, right?
Okay.
And what can we do in the meantime? Well, we look at the map and extract information and make a decision about what to do next, basically, right? So, let's learn how to read the map and extract information, right? So I do this in basically like 4 steps that are just easy to remember and do in order so I never miss anything, right? These 4 steps, sure, you never miss any information that's important, right? So step number 1 and step number 2 are about enemies and allies and seeing where they are, what they're doing, basically, right? You can do it in whatever order you want. Let's start with allies because it's easier right now. And in the early game, right, it's even easier because usually mid laners are mid, top laners are top, right? We don't care about those. So we only care about bot lane and junglers, right? That's it. So we look at the map at our allies. Where are our bot lane and our jungler?
We just saw on the map.
Yeah, we're just leaving right now. The base, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to bot. Okay, where's Talia going?
Going to
Bot
Raptors
side.
right?
Bot side, whatever, right? She's going bot side, that's what we care. Which side she's on, right? Okay. So we are going bot and Talia's bot. Cool. What about enemies right now? Right? Where's Kartus?
Kartus is ganking top.
Okay, Kartus is top side. Cool. Okay. And what about enemy bot lane?
Sorry, what?
What about enemy bot lane?
They try to get plate and recall.
Okay, so they overstayed. They stayed for plates and everything, right? And now they want to recall. Okay, they want to recall. Cool. That's important to know, right? Okay. That's all about like first 2 steps complete, right? Enemies, allies, we know what they want to do. Cool, we got the information. Now, step number 3 is to look at objectives, right? See what objectives are up. In this case,
we have Drake.
Okay.
And that's it.
And the void grabs, no?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, yeah.
Void grabs are up and Drake is up, right?
I saw Talia bot lane. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, we just want to extract information, right? The first 3 steps is to just think about what we know, right? And then step number 4 is when you actually make a decision. And when it comes to playing ADC, right? That decision is basically what to do with the wave and where to go next, basically, right? So, okay, look at this wave. This wave is under your turret, right? You're going to be here and try to catch as much as you can. Okay, cool. But what do we do with the next wave? That's the important decision, right? That's the hard decision. It's very, very difficult, right? But how do we kind of simplify that decision? Well, we go back to the first 3 steps and the information we learned from those, right? So bot lane, you know they want to recall. Talia is bot lane. Kartus is top. Drake is up. Void grabs are up. Why do you think Kartus wants to do?
Red crabs.
Okay, cool. Bot lane, any bot lane wants to recall. Talia is bot. Drake is up. Do you think we could do Drake?
Yeah.
Right? We have everything going for us, right?
If I push the next wave, we can go for Drake.
Exactly. Right? You just push next wave and you just go Drake. Because they have to recall, and when they come back, they have wave under turret, and it's like free Drake, right?
Yeah.
So, if you recognize this, right, you see how it's not that complicated once you extract the information, right? It becomes kind of obvious in a way, right?
Yeah, sure.
Because it's kind of, it's free, right? So what should you do instantly the moment you realize you can do this?
Ping the jungler.
Exactly, ping, push bot, so Milo helps you push faster, and spamping on Drake, right?
Yeah.
And that's it, you just do Drake, it's so free, that's all there is to it, right? Nasus recalls, but I think Nasus has TP, right? Whatever, mid lane doesn't matter as much. But yeah, that's about it, right?
Yeah. It makes it so easy when I see it like that.
Right, but this happens in every single game, right?
Yeah.
Always remember. That's it, right? So yeah, let's see what you do here. Because I say you should ping, because if you don't ping, chances are Talia is gonna go topside, right? Or whatever. So here one against recall, that's fine. But yeah, Talia goes mid now. Right? It's like Talia doesn't know about this Drake, doesn't know about what's happening bot lane, right? So it's your job to let them know, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
And as well, here you don't push, you're just slow pushing, right? You see, you don't touch the wave, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think this creates?
We don't have any more time for Drake.
Well, I mean, Talia is top because we didn't ping anyway, right? But, you know, if you slow push this, you're basically allowing them to catch the wave, right? Instead of crashing the wave.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So it's like, you know, they want to recall. I mean, in this game, I don't think you realize. Maybe, I don't know. So you just saw them recall and you know they are recalling, but you don't know what to do with the wave, right?
Yeah. The thing is, it's another bad habit I have. It's when I'm behind on lane against my opponents, I think I'm a bit scared and I never want to push anymore because I think I'm safe here, and I know it's stupid because the bot lane has a recall, but I'm still
just
thinking like, oh, I don't want to push. It's too risky for me. I'm behind.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, so basically this is why I say like calling for items and so on is not important. What's important is, you know, doing the right thing when it matters, right? And here, once you extract information like that, you just know exactly what you have to do, exactly if you're strong or not, right? Because you come back with a pickaxe, any bot has to recall their low HP. It's like, what? You don't need to be afraid. Who cares if you lost lane until now? You don't need to be afraid because now you're strong, right? And if you don't act now, what's gonna happen is you just let enemies still be stronger. But if you just punish their mistakes like this because they overstayed, suddenly the lane is almost even already, right?
Yeah.
And we could have gotten Drake and would have the lane control with vision, right? And everything. But now we're just gonna slow push, and look, he gets a massive wave that we could have crashed, right? And there's no way we can do Drake now, right? It's over because we didn't ping, right? And now
I'm offering them minions, basically.
Yeah. That's what we're doing, right? You know, because you recall here, if they are smart, they're just gonna push next wave and crash the wave, and you're gonna lose a wave, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Right? In this case, they kind of push Senna didn't help, so you still get some minions, but right, imagine they pushed even faster. You'd have lost pretty much the entire wave, right?
Yeah, right.
So you see how now we don't have Prio, but they got Drake, right?
Yeah, it's a disaster.
Yeah, you see how much impact you have. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
See how much impact you have.
I think I should watch more often my own replays to realize all of that.
Yeah, sure. That could be helpful, right? But what you wanna know basically is just how to analyze the map, how to think about the game, right? Don't think the game from your perspective only. Think the game about as a whole, because it's a team game, right? You just know Talia is here, Kartus is top, Drake, void grabs are up, bot needs to recall. It's like, these are like chess pieces on the chessboard, right? You start to see some patterns creating. And when you see that situation, for example, in the future, you're just going to know instantly blue team should do Drake. That's it, right? It doesn't matter if you're ADC, you're the support, you're the jungler, you're the top laner. If you know that information on the map and everybody has access to that information, you can just ping and initiate a play. Right?
Okay.
Everybody can do it. Like if you're top lane, Irelia notices card to stop and Talia bot, Drake up, bot needs to recall. Talia's pumping, Irelia's pumping Drake. It's like you would have gone to Drake, right? For sure. Yeah, but because nobody made the call, of course nobody's gonna start it, right? Of course.
Yeah, sure.
So if you make these good calls, you're just gonna win a lot. Crazy.
Okay.
Okay. So now hopefully you chill here because we are 1v2. Right. So another rule to remember. I want to go over this maybe in mid game more, but I guess early game is the same. If you are playing with less numbers, right? Chill. It's the rule, okay? So here you're on 1 versus 2, right? Potentially 1 versus 3 because Kartus is not in the top side jungle, right? You would have seen him there. So this Kartus is bot and we bot is pushing. I could be 1v3, they could dive. Well, you wanna chill, right? You don't wanna do this. This is strange. I don't understand what's happening here, right? You were trying to dodge her thingy, but even if you dodge it, it's like, why even take the chance, right?
Yeah, sure.
Right, that's the problem here. Trying to do anything 1v2 again. Look at this, right? There's no way you ever win these trades, right?
This is stupid.
Right? You know, if Kartus dives you, are just screwed. They don't even need Kartus. You probably just get dived by them. No, he's top. Okay, never mind. Right, but a good jungler would recognize the dive potential. Right, and now again we're half HP. For what? Because here we were fighting over nothing, right?
yeah, it's so stupid.
But yeah, remember, it's back to the simple rules. I'm 1v2, I chill.
Yeah.
That's all. Like, it's so simple, right? And this is what I like about these rules, these good habits to form. Because it's simple to follow. Right? It's not too crazy complicated. Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't require any mechanics at all. You don't need mechanics to right click back, right?
You know, just to be smart enough.
Yeah, just basically you need to understand when you're weak and you need to understand when you're strong and act accordingly, right?
Yeah.
That's what you really need to focus on, for sure. That's one of the most important things for you. Recognizing when you're weak or strong. Okay. Now it's back to the same laning phase.
Yeah.
Not much to talk about here, right? And now we kind of get ganked, right? But because we were low HP, this is a bit harder, right? Right? Imagine if you were full HP here, you would have killed them all. Triple kill for you, right? Because you didn't have HP here, it's like you can't, right? I mean, they kind of screwed, but still, you died, right? So, even after all these mistakes, always remember, this happens to me many times. I just die 3 times randomly in lane. I get ganked, I get dived. It's a horrible thing. I could have played better. But guess what? It doesn't matter what happened. What matters is what you do next. Because even in this spot, right? In this bad position we're in right now here, all you have to do is chill, wait for your teammates to move bot, so you can start playing with your team again, so you can be strong again. And then you just fight this and you just win.
Yeah, right? Okay. I see it.
That's it. Right?
It's, looks like some simple things to fix.
Yeah, but it's those simple things that you have to do consistency. That's the hard part, doing them consistently, right? That's why I advise to just take a couple of these concepts, do them, just really focus on them 1 at a time, 2 at a time, however many you can manage, and do them until you can just do them without thinking about it, just like riding a bike, right? Because after you think about all this stuff and look at the map in some certain situations, like the Drake and car to stop and void grabs up situation, body and recall, it's like that situation will happen many times, hundreds of times. I've seen that situation hundreds of times happening in my games. So it's like, I know exactly what to do when that happens, right? And it's going to be the case for you after you go through so many situations, you think about the game this way, right? You're just going to know instantly what to do. You just look at the map. Makes sense.
Okay.
And here again, right? We go from base towards turret. Look at the map. What do we think? What do we know?
We don't know where Cartus is.
Okay, so we think about enemies, right? Cartus is nowhere to be seen. Okay. So
Yeah.
where do we assume Cartus is if you don't know where Cartus is?
In his home jungle.
Okay, but
Oh,
could be anywhere, right?
yeah.
So you assume he's bot, just to be safe. You assume the worst case possible,
Yeah.
okay? If an enemy is unseen, he's next to you, in the closest brush to you. Always play like that, so you basically never get surprised, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Cartus could be anywhere. Senna's here, no mana, right? She didn't recall. And Aphelios, you know he died, so he's probably gonna be back here in like 10 seconds maximum, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And now if you look at your allies,
Everyone is under his home tower.
mid top, yeah, whatever. But yeah, Milio, he's bot here, right? He came from base, full HP, he's got ult up, okay.
Right.
And you're coming bot, okay. And Talia,
And Talia is top side.
okay, cool. Right now, what objectives are up?
Herald or Void Crabs? I
Void
don't
grabs.
know.
It's not minute 14, it's the second
Yeah,
batch
yeah.
of void grabs, right? Okay, cool. Now, what do you think we should do with the next wave?
I honestly I don't know.
Okay, so let's see how we figure it out, right? Because let's think
Yeah.
about a minion wave in this situation, right? What can you do with the next minion wave? You could either hard shove it, just push it as fast as you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you just last hit only. And that's it. Right? You can realistically only do two things to the wave, right? Because if you slow push only, if last hit only, you either slow push or you freeze, whatever, who cares? It doesn't matter, right? It's either you last hit only or you just push, that's all, right? So let's see what happens if you last hit only, for example. What do you think is gonna happen?
I guess it's the same as before when I didn't push.
So it's basically gonna create a slow push, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna push slowly towards them, okay? And do you think that's good in this situation or not, right? Because Senna needs to recall, she didn't recall yet, she has no mana, and the Furious is coming back, right? So Cartus could be anywhere as well, right? And Void Grabs are up, Talia is stop, right? So if you slow push, you're basically not gonna do much, you're gonna play safe, not gonna be aggressive. And that's kinda it, right? Nothing's gonna happen bot.
Okay.
But do you think you're stronger Tsuvitsu right now?
No.
How come?
Milio is level 6. You mean 2v2?
Tsuvitsu right now, in this situation.
Bot lane?
Yeah,
Not
bot
usually.
lane. Yeah, you're Milio against Senna Aphelios right now. Do you think you're stronger?
I think it's them.
Okay, but you look at Senna, right? Do you
No
think Senna
mana?
is strong right now?
No.
No, right? So it's like she has no mana, she's kind of useless, right?
Yeah.
And the Aphelios is coming back, you're coming back. It's like, now do you think you're stronger to it, so then? If Senna is so weak right now, and she didn't recall after the fight?
No, we are. Okay.
You're stronger, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like you just right click, Bill Hazul, just right click, you win. Because Senna is useless right now, she can't do anything. I'm just gonna press QW hop, no more mana. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
She's gonna spend more while fighting Milio here, and Senna wants to recall anyway. So chances are she's gonna recall, right? And then Aphelios gonna be alone on lane, basically, right?
Yeah.
This is so good. This is good for us. Milio is doing fine work because now Senna is so useless, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so cool. Now we know you're kind of strong on bot. So let's talk about the other scenario where you push this lane instead. Well, here you just hit the minions as hard as you can. You poke Aphelios if you can, right? Wait for Aphelios, Milio cooldowns to go back. Try to poke them, whatever. Play aggressive, right? Push. What do you think is gonna happen?
I might be ganked by Cartus.
Okay, fair point, right? Fair point. But you can see you have a ward above you. So it's like, unless you go past this point of the lane, Cartus gank is not problematic, right?
Yeah.
And if you look topside, Void Grabs are up, Talia is top. It's like if you push aggressive bot now and Cartus comes bot, well, Talia has free Void Grabs. That's
Yeah,
fine,
okay.
right? So it's like if you draw a jungle attention bot now, that's good for your team. And if you push aggressive here, you are stronger. And Cartus shows up top lane for the Void Grabs. Well, you're playing aggressive bot, you win the 2v2. And now you know Cartus is boss, you're going to go even more aggressive bot, right?
Yeah.
So see how with all the information we have, you're kind of leaning towards playing maybe a bit more aggressive here, right?
Okay.
That's kind of how you want to balance things out. Okay.
Okay.
But the problem is that if you don't play aggressive now and Cartus is bot, let's say, right? Teammates don't know if he's bot or not, so they're not going to start Void Grabs because they might be afraid. Right?
Yeah.
But if you go aggressive, you see Cartus, now Talia is going to start instantly. Right? And you see how strong you are bot, you're destroying them. But you were here if you just continue. Yeah, you are just destroying them like this. This is so good. Okay, now here you could have just backed off after this, right? Or here, right? You basically were strong, but when Senna used that ability, you just gotta back off a little bit because then you're taking damage for free, right? But even then, you're still strong, right? You're still chilling. Right, okay, now Void Grabs. Carlos showing it Void Grabs, right? So it means you can go even more aggressive, right? But
Yeah.
imagine we played aggressive from the start here. There was nothing holding us back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's again a matter of playing aggressive or not. Here for sure we could win. Milo has all like Milo, for example, here, right? Let's look at this. So Milo presses W on you, right?
Yeah.
What should you do when Milo presses W on you?
Play aggressive.
Yeah, you use your Q and just hit them. Because you outrange them, right? Because Aphilos doesn't have green gun for range, right? So you just outrange them. You just right click and you just win, right?
Yeah. I think I'm too afraid of the fact that I'm playing AD carry. It's very squishy and I always die a lot.
Yeah, just remember.
And I'm afraid of fighting because I always thought that it's gonna be bad for me, and I think it's a bad habit to have to be afraid.
Yeah, like you want to default towards winning, basically, right? You're defaulting towards I'm weak. Okay?
Yeah.
Because if you default to winning and you do something crazy, right? And it doesn't work out, it's like, okay, I'm not gonna do it again in this situation. Okay, cool. But if it works out, it's like, oh my god, I can do this. It's crazy. Right? But if you never do anything, you're never really gonna win. Right? You're at the mercy of 50-50. Are my team is gonna win or not? If you never win your lane. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. Like in this situation again, Milo has W, they are weak, Senna is kind of useless right now, low HP. Milo does this, I would just Q Senna, ult, and flash basic, and she's dead. She's dead.
I realize it. I didn't saw that at the time at all.
Yeah, but right? In this situation, you just gotta do it. Just go crazy. Right? When you have the information. And the information you get here when you go towards the lane again, right? You get all the information you need. Right?
Yeah.
To just decide to play aggressive or passive. Right? Because if Void Grabs were not up, Talia was top, Cards was nowhere to be seen, yeah, sure, I would be more passive. Right? I could still play aggressive here when I have a ward, but let's say I didn't have that ward. Then I'm gonna chill 100%, right?
Okay.
Cool. So let's see what happens next. So here Emilio goes mid, try to ult, you push the wave against Aphelios, okay. Very nice. But now, let's look at this situation, right? Another habit to think about. Every time you're recalling, look at the map first, right? Now look at the map. Our team is doing something, right? Where are teammates?
Like on a free lane, top, mid, and
yeah, so it's like Talia is bot side here, Miro is mid, they just kill Kata mid, Virus is alone bot, right? So it's like, do you think you should recall for this infinity or not? When you look at this, right?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
So, basically, let's talk about tempo here. Okay. Let me erase these words. So, enemy mid lane died. Enemy jungler could be anywhere. Your top is there, enemy top there. Your mid support here, your jungler here, you're here. Aphelios is here, Senna somewhere, I don't know. Right? Okay, cool. So, right now, if you draw an imaginary line on like the front line, that's what I call it basically. It's around here-ish, right? This is where the action is happening right now. This is where things are happening. This is where Talia is. This is where your wave is, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, together right now as a team, all 5 of us are on this line pretty much. You are around here as well, like whatever, right? Okay. But enemies, mid is dead. So it's like, already, it's like, hey, they have maximum 4 people, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, we could do things maybe. Okay? And when the support jungler are missing, you always assume they are on the line somewhere or very close, right? They're like kind of right here somewhere, right? Or whatever, right? But still, right now as a team, you're strong. You're playing as 5 against 4. You could maybe look for something. You could stay bot to draw jungler's attention so your Nasus can get the next mid wave or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if you recall here, you see how Furious gets to push this wave for free and nothing happens to him. But imagine you stayed, now you see Karthus, and it's like Talia might gank you right now. And maybe you could do something, right?
Yeah, okay.
And another thing is that if you recall here, you're just going to lose a turret, right?
Yeah.
There's another thing. But you see how Talia kind of wants to defend, but you're not there, right? So it's like, imagine if you were here, they try to dive you 2v1, Talia is behind you, you just outplay them because Talia destroys them, right? If you were here on bot, you would have won.
It's crazy how you saw it, and I didn't saw it at all.
Yeah, but this is basically like the more you think about this, the faster you're gonna learn it and like get it and just see it all the time. Like once you get it, you're gonna see it every time, right?
Yeah.
So remember, if I'm recalling, okay, I wanna pause for a second. Wait, Kata is dead, Talia is here. I don't want to start it. Maybe I'm gonna stay a bit, right, and see what happens, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't need infinity to win this, right?
Yeah.
Because Talia kills them both under turret if you just bait them a bit, right?
It's true.
So always think about what your teammates are doing, okay? And now again, we're so scared of what, right? Look at this, it's so easy, right? It's so easy. Imagine they were under turret while they were doing this, they won instantly, right?
Yeah.
And they might still die even here, because now Nasus can TP, right? It's crazy how many things we can do. Okay. Right? It was that easy. And you even recalled in a bad spot. Imagine you recall at all, it would have been even easier, right? So the problem is when you do this and then what you just did here is no longer possible because it's too late, because enemies just back off, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna happen in many cases. And that's it. It's bad, right? But here they messed up, so of course they get punished. But because they messed up here so badly, here you talk to yourself, oh, I bought Infinity, so I had the damage to win this fight. Well, I didn't really need Infinity in the first place anyway.
Yeah.
So these are hard situations to figure out by yourself for sure, right? But again, through more play, you're gonna notice them more often. That's okay. Cool. Now we're gonna push next. Then, what you do after this is quite important because, okay, so to stay or not to stay for plates, this is the question, right? Cool. Let's look at the map before we make this decision, right? What do we know?
We know where Cartus and mid player and top player are.
Okay. And if you look, so enemies, their bottom is going to be bot soon, whatever.
Yeah.
Their mid, jungler, top, you see all of them there, okay? And now we look at your allies. What do you know about your allies?
I know Milio is but side with me almost. Nasus is getting dove.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
And that's it. Talia is dead.
Yeah, and you are here low HP, Nasus is low HP, right? That's also an important thing to remember. So it's like,
So
right now as a team, are you strong or not in this moment?
no.
No, not at all, right? You can't really do much, right? It's like your Talia is dead, your Nas getting died, your Milo is leaving, right?
Yeah.
Like if you stay bot here, you know, Nasus outplays, sure, but he's still low HP, he needs to recall, right?
Yeah.
But if you stay bot here, you could kind of maybe already predict what's gonna happen. Especially because when you think about step number 3, which is Drake is up, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you stay here bot and now they kill you or they just force you to recall. Can they just take a Drake? Because you're not there anymore.
No.
Right? It's like, you see how you overstaying here
Yeah.
means you're gonna recall late. Means they could just take Drake for free because they realize you're here low HP, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure they're gonna do it or not, but right now if Cartus sprinted Drake, they would have just taken it, no problem. Right? Because like Nasus Milio, they could just dive the Nasus Milio, they're overstaying as well. But imagine recalled sooner after this, right? You would be mid already. After the base, you could just be like, okay, I'm gonna go mid. You could take the mid turret and be with them so they don't die, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right? So that's tempo basically, right? You wanna match your teammates' tempo basically, right? So in shitty situations, like my teammates are very weak right now, Talia is respawning. So how about we recall? You are weak as well right now. Let's recall now when we are weak. And we come back together stronger, basically, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I'm thinking about these situations. Because now you come from base late. Now they're going to be mid. You can control that. Right?
Yeah.
And allies could be in trouble. And so on, right? I'm basically playing alone. That's what you don't want to do. And yeah, here, by the way, as an ADC, you don't really want to be inside lane that much, right? But here, let's say you just took the wave. Sure, it's cool, whatever. Now, what do you do after this is important. Okay?
Yeah.
So you want to default to mid as an ADC, right? Let's say you want to get bot wave. Sure. But go mid, right? Let's see respawn. Right, even in this situation, you could kind of go mid and then from mid see where the action is and go bot wave or whatever, right? Always want to do this because then you give yourself more options. Say you go mid and now your allies get collapsed. You are here to help. But if you go bot and they get collapsed, you can't help anymore, right?
Yeah.
So always give yourself more options, right? So here you get this wave, return to mid, right? Don't go through here. This is crazy. Just go around here behind the Drake pit and just go towards mid. Because right now you don't need to be bot. Why don't you need to be bot? Well, because Aphilus is here, Senna could be here, Cartus could be here, and no ally is here. 1v3, you back off, right? And if you go mid here, you can tell that Nasus recall, you could just grab the mid wave, right?
Yeah.
So here is where these, I don't know, let's see, 6.4 CS could be 6.5 because we just took the mid wave. And do this a few more times, suddenly we have above 7 CS every game, it's insane. Right? Just the little things, right? But basically, you don't need to be mid bot right now, right? You see? It's like bot, you're 1v2. Instead, how about you move mid and play 5 versus 3 with your teammates, right?
Yeah, it sounds better.
You just play 5v3, get Herald, get mid wave, get top turret, whatever. You do whatever you want. Yeah, enemies could get bot turret. Who cares? You get tier 2 mid, whatever, right? You're playing with more numbers. That's what you want to do. You don't want to stay alone as an ADC. This is really, really bad right now, what you're doing. Right?
Yeah, I'm doing absolutely nothing.
You're just getting these crags, but who cares about the crags when teammates are doing things and they're not doing things, right? That's what's important. See, like they're doing the Herald, we're not doing anything. Nasus wants to recall, like let him recall. He cannot recall because Kata is pushing him off, right? They're not helping at all. So you want to be a team player, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's at the cost of your turret here. Whatever. It's not even at the cost of the turret. Because imagine you went mid. Then Nasus recalls. Nasus goes bot, right? And he covers the turret for you, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then Nasus is chilling bot lane 1v2 farming. While you're 4 versus 3 in the mid top side. And you get the Herald and mid turret, right?
Yeah.
So this is kind of how you want to think about the game, right? It's just going to become way easier to play if you think about the game this way. Because now you're again stuck with doing nothing. And now look, because you're bot, now Mirios has to stay bot with you, right? Because you're weak by yourself. And suddenly it's like, imagine Senna and Aphelios push this, and they just go mid and collapse your jungler mid laner. Well, you can't go because you have to farm this wave now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But in this case, nah, they're just eating as well, right? But yeah, again, the same mistake, the overstay, and now they get TP behind, but again, here, same thing, you're too low, right? And I think, did you fight Malvitsu again?
Yeah.
Kinda. Pretty much. Right.
Yeah, with no mana.
And now you can't even get ganked because you can't, right? And just die, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this all only happened because you stayed bot for so long instead of realizing you're stronger if you go mid with your teammates after pushing the wave here. Right? This is where it happened, like 3 minutes ago.
All of my recalls are really bad.
Yeah, so it's fine because the mistakes you're making are big mistakes, and the big mistakes are the easiest to correct, so it's all good. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Hopefully here, after this, you default mid. Nope, we default bot lane. So here, imagine we went mid, default to push the wave, right? And now it's like, okay, Kata and Aurelia. Maybe it's 2v on the Kata then, right? What else? Or just push the mid wave, try to go bot then, right? And now somebody's forced to get the mid wave from the enemy team. Nobody gets it, you get the mid turret, right? Instead, we stay bot here. It's like,
yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's my job to protect the lane, but it's stupid.
yeah. Remember, as an ADC, it's not your job to protect sidelines ever, right? It's never your job as an ADC. Just remember that, okay? Because here, if you look here, like they didn't need you. Like Nasu would have killed them both anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's level 12, doesn't care. He's full HP almost. I'm more than half. And he barely dealt much damage, like an ult share, but like instead pushing mid here would have allowed to get mid proud, maybe turret, maybe Herald after, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and now enemies, if they were smart, they would have taken Herald in this time, right? Oh, there you go, right? Without the killer, right? So yeah, not the best basically. And now you're staying bot again, right? Again, like even if you do this, right? It's fine. You get this wave and you move mid. You don't stay bot here, right?
Yeah.
You know Kata is alive. She could come bot. You have no way to tell if she's coming bot or not. And she is. So it's like,
And
if she had flash, you're dead. Might still be dead, actually. Okay, no. She didn't have flash. Right?
But this is a little something I wanted to ask you, but it's a little bit off what we are seeing now. But
okay,
how do you play as an ADC when you know you have an assassin in front of you like Kata or something like that? You just run back. That's it.
I mean, you don't want to be 1v1 against them. That's the first step, right?
Yeah, that okay.
Right? It's first step. Like, you want to avoid situations. How to avoid this situation? In this case, you run. Like, if you stay here, I'm looking at the map, it's like 5 enemies could be anywhere right now.
Yeah.
Right? But then it's like in team fights, for example, right? There's an assassin, you stay next to your teammates, use them as mid shields. Right? That's what you can do as an ADC. Right? Your teammates are helping you. Right here, if again Kata is flash or dead.
Yeah, I know. I see.
Right. So again, after this wave, go mid. Right? And if you go mid here, right? Kata is not pushing bot, it's like maybe we could have done something. Right?
Yeah.
And if you're not there, there's no way you can do anything if you're not there. Yeah, but now we're fine with the team. But here, right? If you look at the map, what is Talia doing right now?
She's pushing bots.
No, Talia, not Katarina.
Sorry.
Talia is topside, right?
Yeah.
Which means she's not on tempo at all, right? Right now, you and your allies here without Talia, is 4 of you, are on tempo around Drake, Irelia pushing mid, they are doing something together here, kinda, right? And now enemies are all 5 here. Kata is pushing bot and is gonna be here as well, right? It's like we're 4v5 right now. Can we contest Drake 4v5? Especially without a jungler.
Of course not, and we don't even have smite, so...
Yeah, so what should we do instead of staying here?
Pushing mid or recall?
Yeah, push mid, go mid, whatever. Even recall is better, sure. Right?
Yeah, okay.
If you're weak, again, this situation where you're weak, you don't wanna do things, just go mid by default, right? If you are not bot here, you would have been mid a while ago, right? You see what Irelia is doing? You could just go with Irelia and just push mid, your turret. It's your turret there. You get objective bounty, right? It's huge.
Yeah, okay.
And then Talia gets to farm as well. Yeah, we lose Drake, but you lose some. It's fine. Right?
Yeah,
but instead, we stay 4v5. And look, we are chunked. Kata could get us now. Oh boy, right? Dangerous.
I'm so scared, yeah.
Right. And now that we are finally grouped, now we are low HP, it's harder to fight, right? So there's no need for that. And you lost resources while doing it as well, right? Okay. So here, it's again looking at the map, right? You know Katarina is top, but the moment you don't see her and she pushes the wave, you want to be careful because she could flank you right now, right?
Yeah.
So okay, taking this turret, you know, it's a bit risky, right? Especially when you're at this low HP.
Yeah.
You basically don't want to be in these situations if possible, right? So see how Aurelia wants to recall, you see how Talia is back, you and Milo low HP. Just recall. Just recall, nothing is happening right now. Recall, right? It's all good. The longer you stay low HP, look, Aphelios is now 4 HP, right? You just need to recall as soon as possible when you're this weak. And now Irelia died. So, okay, here you defaulted to mid. Now you want to go towards bot. Another thing I want to mention is like the fact that you go bot so often, right? It's like Nasus, I'm sure he wants to go side lane, right? But because he sees Jinx bot, he cannot go side. That's what happens.
Okay.
So it's a psychological thing basically. Like he cannot go bot because Jinx is bot all the time. But if you go mid, it's like now he sees you mid, he's gonna go bot. Right? Another thing to think about, right?
Yeah.
And now in this situation, you realize that your Milo is in base, right?
Yeah.
Timo top, Senna feels mid. Okay, you just know there's 2 enemies here, right?
Yeah.
So here you just play a 2v2 basically. If you wanna go in, sure, but it's hard, so you don't do anything. That's fine, right? Cool.
Yeah.
But what you do after this wave is important. I'm really curious to see. Right. Actually, Cartus ins, so it's a free kill. But oh well, assassins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is another reason why those type bot, because especially this tier 2 turret, it's very easy to dive this turret, right? You can just go from behind like Cartus and that's it, right?
Yeah.
But whatever, we shouldn't talk about this. This is not that important. This is whatever. What's important is like going mid more often, right?
Okay.
Okay, so here again, right? You see how you default bot, right? Sure, to grab this wave, it's okay. Right? It's fine. Sure, you could grab next if it's here, but now the wave is kind of far.
Okay.
And so you grab this wave, this is fine. And now, Kata is dead. Baron is up. Oh. Or just go mid here, right?
Yeah, sure.
Be with teammates. But instead, again, you're isolating yourself.
Yeah.
You see how Nasus wants to recall? If you're going mid right now to catch mid wave, Nasus would recall, come bot, and then Nasus TP, he could TP at Baron, right?
Yeah, sure.
Now instead again, much as bot, very risky, right? And even worse, it's like if the enemies know Jinx is bot here, if enemies are smart, they don't send Katarina bot here, they just do Baron.
Yeah.
Right, so another rule to remember. Baron is up, never go bot. Okay?
Okay.
You don't have TP, you can't show yourself bot, enemies will just do Baron every time. And if you see an enemy bot, like an enemy ADC bot or whatever, just in your mid, everybody's top side from your team, ping Baron and just do it. Right?
Yeah.
Always. It's a big mistake that people make. The here are just so lucky you're not getting destroyed. Oh, never mind. Look, they started, right? It's like, it's crazy, right? They actually did. Right? I'm impressed. But a bit late. They did start, but a bit late. But even then, right? They could still maybe get it if they do it smart enough. Okay. Yeah, you're just low HP, and I guess in this game, right, walking like this makes you step in shrooms. Is not good.
Yeah.
All right. And this is a Fiesta. Yeah, it's like all these things I'm saying, right? They can all be prevented if you just go mid more often, play with your team more often, right? Because you're always late to the party, right? Because here, if you see Kata bot, right? Now it's like if you were here from the start, you just 5v4 them at Baron, right? Easy.
Yeah.
Just that's it. That's all, right? But because you were going bot for this wave, right? And instead of here, like 30 seconds later, like here, you could just go mid, right? Like you suddenly have control over the game because you have more people topside. And as STP, Kata probably doesn't chase Ignite, I think. So yeah. This is all because we don't play with the team more. We're just isolating ourselves and playing against the Katarina bot. It's just not great.
Yeah, sure. And you're absolutely right. The fact that Nasus don't side lane, it's because of me. My presence on bot lane, so Kata can push easily against an ADC.
Yeah, like you cannot defend silence in ADC. It's too hard.
Yeah, and I'm basically locking the Nasus game. I mean, it's really bad from me.
Yeah, and here again, like you have no wards. Kata would just run you down if you wanted to. In this case, you stop. I really want this start again. Like Baron is up. I realize that. Like they get Baron here.
This was my mission. That's
sure, you got a turret, but is it worth it? You know, it's like, is it really worth it? Not really, right? Because right now you're not helping much at all. Right. Turret is not more worth it than a Baron. Okay. So yeah. You see how this mistake you make so many times in the same game?
Yeah,
that means it's a high priority for you to fix. Okay, high priority. Play better mid game, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Now it's over. Okay.
I have to understand the information on the map because I think I don't at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
there's obvious things, but all of the other information I just don't realize. So I recall really bad recall.
Yeah. So really be careful with your recalls, right? And when recalling, think twice if I should recall or not, right? And then remember when going from base to turret, right? Always think about what to do in the next wave. Otherwise, you just give them free wave here, right?
Okay.
This is horrible. And then look at the map, write exact information. Enemies, allies, objectives, what do I do? Every time, ask yourself, every wave is coming towards you, ask yourself that. And you just know automatically what to do, right? Or at least you have a higher chance of guessing what you should do right?
Okay.
And slowly you're going to start to understand how the game works if you think about it that way, right?
Yeah.
And then mid game, default to mid lane, and then go from there. Like if you just did that, this game you could win it from here. If you just defaulted to mid, because you would have gotten Baron and everything, right?
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you, like if you defaulted to mid this game, you would have won it. Like I'm pretty confident because it's 10-9 right now. Like this is good. So good, right?
Yeah.
It's insane. We are doing so well. We could get Baron and everything, right? And imagine if you did the early game things better as well with the recall, with punishing them and pushing when you should have, and doing that Drake which we missed, and playing for level 2 when we were so strong, right? and all these things, and pinging more so Milo has to do, what Talia needs to do, right? All these things is just combined, and it's not even that many things, like maybe 5, 6, maybe 7 things. That's it.
It's
That's
still
it.
a lot.
Yeah, it's still a lot for now, but you do one, you do second one, third one, fourth one. It's like, what the hell? I improved so much already. I'm platinum already. What? Crazy. Right? Especially if you focus on the big things, which is understanding how the game works. Basically, look at the map as a whole. Not from your perspective only, but from your team's perspective as well. Okay?
Yeah.
If you do this, you will do a lot better for sure. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Any questions?
Oh, just few. I don't want to use your time too
No, don't
much.
worry. We still have some bit of time for some questions. No worries.
Generally, I don't know what to do after the first tower. You know,
First tower?
when you destroy the T1, the tier 1 tower, but lane.
Okay.
I don't know
So,
if I have to push going mid because some often I go mid and the mid player just get crazy. What are you doing? You're
okay.
stealing farms, etc. And I don't
Yeah.
know what to do.
So, look at this game, for example, right? Basically, mid game begins when one of the bot turrets gets destroyed, right? Sometimes you destroy their turret, and other times in this game, they destroy your turret, right? Whatever, doesn't matter. What matters is that now ADC should kind of start going mid. Support should start going mid more often, right? And us can just stay sideways, right?
Yeah.
And if you go mid and your mid laner doesn't like the fact that you're mid, right? Well, guess what? You default to mid. They don't like it. Go bot, grab a wave. Right? Grab this wave. All right. And now, go back to mid.
Okay.
Right? Go mid, go bot, catch a wave, go mid again. Something happens mid, you're there. Nothing happens, go bot again, catch a wave, go back mid.
Okay.
That's what you need to do as an ADC. Okay?
Yeah.
There's no other option, right? And let's say when you have Hui in your team, Zeraf, right? Those are mages in mobile. They can't really side lane either, right? So you gotta understand them, especially if they're ahead. You want them to control the game, right? You just support them by taking the side waves every now and then, just going mid to hover them. If something happens, you're there. Okay?
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, great. And I have you already answered a lot of questions I had.
Nice,
So
nice.
that's cool.
That's
And
good.
I just want one that is not really important, but I want to know your thoughts on runes.
Sure.
I know you really like to play. How did you call it?
Give me a second to pull my runes up. I found them. There we go.
Sorry.
So,
Cut down. It's called.
yeah, cut down.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on cut down? Because I'm playing with it since I saw your videos.
Yeah, so
And I don't understand really. I always think like I'm missing damage to kill people, things like that.
okay, so coup de grace, right? The one on the left deals 40% or like deals 8% more damage, I think, whatever the number is, when they have less than 40% HP, right?
Yeah.
And cut down recently got nerfed. It deals more damage when they have above 60% HP, right? So when you think about it, it's the same percentage HP, right? It's 40% of the HP that's lower on the coup de grace and 40% of the higher HP when on cut down, right? So you'd think that maybe it's the same damage, right? But in reality, cut down deals more damage because you more often hit enemies that are full HP. Laning phase early on, you hit enemies that are full HP, right?
Yeah.
Cut down in general, even if it's the same amount of damage as coup de grace, cut down just deals more damage, right? If you're an assassin like Katarina, yeah, like you wanna get coup de grace because you are there to finish the job, right?
Okay.
But as an ADC, you are often gonna find yourself hitting a full HP tank.
Yeah.
You wanna take him down as soon as possible. Right? You wanna take him lower. Right? You hit people that are higher HP more often because when people are low HP, they run away, they get away anyway. Right?
Yeah.
So it just makes sense to go cut down because you just did more damage. It's that simple.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty cool. And you about PTA,
Hmm.
you just prefer playing PTA other than
Yeah, like Fleet got so many nerfs. First of all, it's crazy how many
yeah.
nerfs it got, but I just like more damage.
Okay,
I
okay.
I feel like the Fleet doesn't help because the healing from Fleet is very small. It's like maybe 5 HP per proc. It's nothing. It's so bad, right?
Yeah,
It's got so much, so nerfed for range champions. And the movement speed I don't find to be as valuable as the damage I get. Because press attack is 8% more damage plus the proc damage, which in my eyes is just insane damage. It's so much. It's a lot.
yeah, that's true.
It's actually a lot. Right? And the bonus movement speed from Fleet doesn't really matter. Right? You
Yeah,
shouldn't rely as an ADC on like runes and stuff to survive. You need to rely on your positioning to survive. And if you position well, you have more damage, you just do better than positioning well, having fleet, and they don't have enough damage to kill them. So that's what
yeah.
happens most of the time, right?
Okay, okay, nice. And
And
can wait? Tell me.
go on.
No, can I just ask you two last question?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
we good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one little thing. Sometimes I played with support that like to roam.
Okay.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Hmm.
But what to do? I mean, I know I have to chill, but I always feel like the support came to lane with less XP because he just roam,
Hmm.
and I feel weaker on lane because of that. But I don't know how to play with a support. Well, basically, I'm 1v2 and the support is making plays everywhere. I'm okay with that, but I don't know really how to play it.
So think about the game as a whole again in that situation. You are bot lane, 1v2 farming, right, under your turret. Meanwhile, your support makes plays mid top jungle and it just wins you those lanes, right?
Yeah.
And meanwhile, then me bot is not really doing anything unless they dive you. And you can just kind of back off if they try to dive you, right?
Yeah.
So think of the game as a whole. Like you are winning as a team because your support is making so many things happen. Your enemies are not doing anything bot. And if they don't kill you, it's not worth it for them. So your job in those games is to not die bot, and that's it. You win. That's it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Just play safe, don't die, give some minions, whatever, farm the turret, the melee minions, the cannon. The ranged ones, don't get them if it's too risky and you get hit back. Just whatever.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if they have Nautilus Rev or whatever, and they can dive you, just don't come to lane, go mid as well or something, and try to make plays with your team. Try
Okay.
to
Okay.
hover mid or whatever. Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Just don't die bot in that when that situation happens. Just don't die. That's your priority.
Okay. So yeah, nice. And one last thing. You as an ADC, you're very squishy.
Mm-hmm.
And what about defensive items? I always thought that they are useless on ADC because they just one shot or two shot me anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you need to buy some defensive items like
Yeah.
playing Jinx.
So on average, by default, you should go damage, right?
Yeah.
First three items are damage pretty much every game, right? But some exceptions can happen when, let's say, they have Evelyn, so like Cartouche jungle, like here, Cartouche jungle, Talia mid, Timo top, right? It's
Mm.
like, how about we try to buy a Hexdrinker then? More, right? That's
Mm.
gonna help you a lot, for sure. Or let's say enemies have like Rengar, Talon, and then ADC bot, and they're full AD. Buy a GA, right? It's gonna help you a lot. So when
Okay.
enemy teams are like one-sided in like AP or AD, buying that defensive item is huge value, right?
Yeah.
Or if they just have a weird team comp, you have no peel at all, right?
Yeah.
Just go for a shield bow, right? It's fine. You can do that. So buying the defensives is not recommended in most games because the easiest way to survive is to kill enemies before they kill you, right? And
Mm.
you rely on your positioning to survive most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. But if it's really bad, let's say I had a game yesterday actually, if I remember correctly, where like enemies had here, I had two games in a row. Like enemies had Nocturne, Kog'Maw, right? Noxu Zilan ult, Shen ult on him and everything. So I said, I'm buying J3rd. I bought J3rd, we won. Right? Another game, they had Yone, Yasuo, Rengar. I just couldn't play the game at all. Again, I bought J, did so much work for me. Right?
Okay.
So buying defensives when it's really, really tough makes a lot of sense. Right? So
Okay.
don't worry. If you just feel like you're weak, you can do much by defensives. But default to damage, because that's the easiest way to play the game. Just deal damage, you kill them, it's not a problem anymore. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
But in this game where they had Timo and Katarina and Karthus, I would buy my Infinity here. Let's see, I didn't pay attention to your items. You bought Infinity, Runan, right? And now I would be like, okay, let's buy a Hex Drinker now. Let's go. Right? So remember, your first two items are always damage items. And then third, fourth, fifth, whatever, if you need defenses, you can buy it, right? So here, I would just buy a Hex Drinker. Just straight up a Hex Drinker. And I think you were trying to do it. You were looking for it here. Right? But that life still doesn't help you right now. You would have had Hex Drinker, which would have been a bit better.
Lifesteal is. I like it when I'm facing a Timo with mushrooms. I feel like I need to have some lifesteal.
Well, the way to look at those Timo mushrooms is if you go with your teammates all the time, you never get hit by mushrooms in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Right? And always don't overthink items. Everybody just likes to overthink items. Like if you did those things you did wrong here better, right? You could have gone full damage build in this game and you would have won, right?
Yeah.
Because the items you buy here are not important. As long as they're attack damage items, attack speed items, doesn't matter, right? You just win.
Yeah.
Like you could buy defense, you could not buy defense in this game if you just played better when it comes to macro and making decision recalling better, right? That's it. You would have won the game, no matter what items you bought, right?
Yeah.
Same with runes. It doesn't matter if you went fleet or place attack. It doesn't matter, right? Just playing better is what matters more. So don't overthink this. Instead, put all your attention on the concepts we talked about and how to actually move around the map. That's the most important thing. Okay.
Okay. Nice.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Hopefully it helped.
I wrote my notes.
Nice.
So I'm happy to try out all those concepts.
Nice. So yeah, just remember, take them slow, one by one, right? Don't get overwhelmed. But already you should start some patterns starting to happen, right? You're just gonna know, my jungler bot, I'll try to do things. My jungler top, I'll stay more passive, right? Little things like that you're gonna start to realize. They're just gonna play better and more consistent on average.
Okay.